That's the Bengals and Bills game.
Let's run it.
Absolutely. So tragedy struck the last time they played. Damar Hamlin thankfully has recovered and he's in the out of the hospital, recovering at home. Looks like he should be good to go next season. But as far as the contents of the game, we have the Bengals, who had a tough divisional AFC North matchup last week against arguably the best defense in the NFL with the Bengals, and then the Bills. They took on the third string quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, and both had similar games in the event that close game, tough divisional matchup. Which team do I think played better? The Bengals. I think the Bengals, I think they're a better coach team. I think they have a better quarterback. I think they have a better wide receiver. And I think they have a better running back. And I think they have a better defense. So everywhere around this team, I think the Bengals are the better team. I think everything that I mentioned, Zach Taylor, I'd take over Sean McDermott. I'd take Joe Burrow over Josh Allen. I'd take Joe Mixon over Devin Singletary. I'd take over Jamar Chase over Stephon Diggs, although it's an arguable one.
Yeah.
Everywhere around this team, this Bengals team is better than the Bills. And also, they make less mistakes. And they have a better game plan going against teams. And they're a better second half team.
Yeah.
So all around this team, right now the Bengals are underdogs at +5. And I don't understand why. Because the Bills, since week 6, have not played their best football. Josh Allen has been a turnover machine. So I don't see any reason why I'd pick the Bills, because they haven't given me a reason to. Because you had a third stringer against you, not Tua, who by is no means a top 10 quarterback to most people, or Teddy Bridgewater. You had Skylar Thompson, who proved wasn't really the guy. Completed 37% of his passes, yet they lost by 3.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So I'm picking the Bengals.
Yeah, I like everything you said. And I feel like with this game, the problem with the Buffalo Bills in this game is we don't know what Buffalo Bills team is going to show up, because they always have the #1 ranked defense in the NFL seemingly, and then I see them get absolutely torched. And then Josh Allen is capable of being the best quarterback in football and has the ability to. And then you see him throw Miami and turn the ball over and let Miami back into that game. So that concerns me. That worries me. Especially, it's one thing when Trevor turns the ball over 4 times in his first playoff performance when he's not supposed to be there. But when you're the #2 seed in the AFC, you should have been the #1 seed. If it wasn't for the fortunate situation, you had a chance to be the #1 seed, and you beat the Chiefs this year, and you were playing the Bengals in a tough game. So it's like, I don't know what Bills team I'm going to get. Sean McDermott has shown that he can make some coaching errors, and he's not the best in-game adjuster, even though I don't think he's a bad coach in-game. Zach Taylor, on the other hand, the Bengals are like the anti-Bills. The Bengals are always underrated. No one talks about Joe Burrow. No one talks about their defense, but all their defense does is show up and make big plays in the playoffs, turn Ryan Tannehill over 3 times, turn Patrick Mahomes over in overtime, and then stop the Raiders on their last drive and get a key touchdown. So the Bengals defense in the playoffs over the past 2 years has showed up and showed out. The Bills have been struggling since week 6. While their record might not show it, Josh Allen leads the league in turnovers with 32 combined turnovers with interceptions and fumbles. That's just ridiculous. So do I expect a turnover from Josh Allen in this game? And yes. Do I think that's the difference? Yes. What do I get from Joe Burrow? Steady, consistent, decisive, not going to turn the ball over, has better weapons than Josh Allen. Joe Mixon, Samaje Perine, those guys, what do? Show up, make big plays on 3rd down. Hayden Hurst, yeah, I like him a lot. He had the fumble, but you know what happened? You get the fumble, you get the ball knocked out of your hands by Kyle Hamilton. You come back on the next play and you catch a touchdown from Joe Burrow. He's like, thank you very much. You're even now. You can sleep good at night now. Jamar Chase, what do you do when you need a drive? You get targeted versus the best defense with Marcus Peters, one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL, dogging you all night. And then the Bengals are just steady, not going to make the mistake, stay with the game plan. We're going to push it out, grind it out, and win. And I feel like the Bills have a major problem and a major hole at safety because they're on their 3rd string safety. Von Miller is out, so you can't expose the Bengals offensive line issues as much as you could in this game. And then Jamar Chase taking over this game, no question. T. Higgins showing up and making a big play, no question. I just think the Bengals are such a much better team in this game. And then the fact that I felt like they were driving pretty easily in that game versus the Bills. We only saw 2 drives, but the first drive seemed pretty easy. It was like bang, bang, bang right down the field. And then they were marching again right up the field with T. Higgins. So I feel like Higgins and Boyd are both going to have monstrous games because even if you try and take Jamar out of it, you still have two freaks. And then Trent Irwood comes in there and then makes a huge like end around special teams play. And then you have Hurst, Mixon, and Pirine who can all rip it off. Do I see that many playmakers for the Bills? No, I don't think Gabe Davis is on the level of Tyler Boyd or Higgins. Jamar Chase can cancel out Stephon Diggs, and then Hurst, Dawson Knox. Who do you like there? And then the Bengals
Also,
can actually run it.
yeah, no doubt. Now to ask them all, like,